Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different. I'm sure you've probably seen by the title of this video that this is a video that just kind of happened. So I'm just going to get right into it. So those of you that know, whoops, didn't mean to show that. I have a desk, and that is where I film. That's where I do all my editing, my rendering, all that fun stuff. And then right next to that desk is a window. Well, right now it has a window unit air conditioner in it. And so normally I can just sit there and look out the window. Well, with that air conditioner in, I can't look out the window. So, no big deal. Well, my husband yells upstairs and he's like, "Honey." And I was like, "Yeah." And he says, "Look out the window at Vanessa's clothesline." And I look out. And then, so I can look out that window and then look down and see my neighbor's clothesline. She's in her early mid-70s. And there was this blanket. And I'm like, that is so pretty. So I ran downstairs and I just put my hand over the fence in my backyard. And I snapped a couple pictures. And then I texted her and I said, "Hey, Vanessa," I said, "Matt happened to catch a glimpse of that Afghan you have hanging on your clothesline." I said, "It is stunning. I love that." I said, I took a picture. Can I show that to my YouTube friends?" Well, she ended up calling me and she's like, "Alana, I washed that and I shouldn't have." And I was like, what do you mean?" And she said, when she washed it, it pulled apart some of the squares. And she said, "Is there any way that you could fix that for me?" And I was like, "Absolutely. Bring it over. I will do what I can," and blah, 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 right? So she brings it over and I'm like, "Oh, it is so pretty." And she tells me that it's her husband's, which he passed away. Let's see. Matt and I have been together for like 13 years. And it was probably maybe 4 to 5 years into us being together. So he passed away, a few years ago, but she told me that it was his grandma that made this Afghan. So, and she said that she passed away, the grandma passed away right after her and Mike, is her husband, right after her and Mike got married. And they have been married for over 40 years. So this Afghan could be at the youngest 40 years old. And then at, you don't know when she made it in her lifetime. But so yeah, I want to show you guys this Afghan. And I'm going to show you, I was so super excited when she showed me the part that needs to be fixed. I'm like, "Vanessa, I got this. I can fix that, no problem." But let me find the front and I will show you guys this whole Afghan, and it's heavy. Uh-oh, I just knocked something off my wall. But I'm still going. All right, here's the end. So isn't it pretty? I love it. And right here is where it needs to be fixed. And I looked at it and I'm like, yes, I can fix that, no problem. Here's the yarn. It's still connected to the Afghan. I'm gonna try to fix it just right here. I think that's as bright as I can get my light. Holy cow. So what I think I'm gonna do, it looks like it's slip stitched together, no problem. I got a hook right here. Get my hair back down, shake it, get my hair back the way it was, and I think I can just go right into this fix this. You know what? You guys are gonna laugh at me, but I can't, I don't know what the deal is with my ring light. It just, something is off and I can't get it back to the way it was. So it seems really dim. I might need another one. Anyway, so you guys are gonna laugh, but whenever I'm working with something that's harder for me to see, I use a headlamp. I took them from my husband. So I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna go get my headlamp and I'm gonna put it on. You guys can see what I look like when I'm crocheting something I can't see. All right, I'm gonna be right back. Here's my little headlamp. So I'm gonna turn this down so it's not gonna blind you guys. There, that's a lot better. So now I can get right in here and just start slip stitching. And it looks like, yeah, she went through both loops of the doubles. And if I run out of yarn while I'm doing this, I'll go get a smaller crochet hook. And Vanessa, my neighbor, the owner of the blanket, she was so worried she ruined this by washing it. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, it looks great. It does have some pilling, so like all the little balls, but I don't know if that was there before she washed it or what. All right, so there is no chain between the granny shell, so I can just keep going straight across. But I do see places where it looks like she weaved her ends in. Oop. There, can you see that right there? It looks like she weaved her ends in, and then whenever Vanessa washed it, that came out a little bit. So I can weave that back inside so it's not sticking out. But I think I've got plenty of yarn to finish this. Let's see here. So you guys in the comments, let me know, do you guys use a headlamp, or did you even know what a headlamp was before I told you? And I bet you guys are laughing at me whenever I turn the camera back on. My husband gets a kick out of it because like he will start to fall asleep and I turn the lights off so he can sleep, and then I'll go get this headlamp and set in the dark and crochet with it. Oops, I split that. And he'll like just randomly wake up and look over and see me sitting like this in my recliner with my headlamp. Well, it's technically his, but I took it. Oh no, don't die. So it doesn't look like it's bunching up any. Don't do that here, just. So it doesn't look like it's bunching up. See how it's got that nice straight edge? So that looks good. It looks like I still got plenty of blue to work with. I think I may have found another spot that I'm gonna go ahead and fix for her. I'll show you guys that in just a second. I got sidetracked here. Let's see, there. So now what I'm doing is making sure that I'm staying stitch for stitch and not gonna have a bunch left over on one of the squares. Here to there. Ooh, I'm doing good. Perfect. I saw there's a little tail right here, and out of the corner of my eye I thought that was the end of my working yarn, and I was like, crap. All right, so let me see, made it through here, so I'm going to slip stitch straight across to that next square, chain one, pull up a loop. Where's the, oh. There we go. Right here is that seam that I slip stitch. I'll weave in this tail. Ta-da! That's an easy one. I've fixed others before that, ooh, let me tell you, are not easy to do. Get my hair back. All right. So like right here, it looks like she didn't have enough yarn to finish the slip stitches, and she just whip stitched. See right there? Hum. So I'm not sure if I have a needle in here or not. I may. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get a needle to weave in some ends. Once again, I'll be right back. All right, so I have gotten a smaller needle. This is a little smaller than what I would use for a 4-weight yarn, but what my plan is, all right, so when you got a little piece like this, right? That's all I've got to work with to weave in. What I will do are, these smaller needles are sharper, right? So what I'll do is I'll run this straight through the stitches. I mean, and go right through the, you know, the strand of the yarn. Just go right through there, not being nice and easy about it, just straight through. And what that does, or well, I'll just go ahead and do it and show you guys. I wonder, I'm gonna move this just a bit, and then can I angle you guys down? Uh-oh, don't look down the shirt. Sorry, that got weird. Okay, so where was I? Oh, here we go. So if you look, what I'm gonna do is take this needle and I'm gonna bring the little tail right here back this way. And I know this is probably a really hard view for you guys. So I'm gonna just rip right through these stitches, because I need as much as I can get a hold of for this tail. All right, so I'm gonna bring that down just a bit more so the eye of my needle is still showing right here, right there. And I'm gonna take this tail, thread it through that needle, and then pull it through all of that material that I ripped that needle right through. And that tail should not come out. But I'm gonna go one more time because I got plenty of that tail left, so I'm gonna go again right through there. Weave in this tail, or thread that through the needle, and then pull that right through. Now that should lock that in and not come back out. So I can snip that off. Perfect. So that's fixed. And right here is a little wonky spot. So I'm gonna do something a little different this time, because that's just a tiny, tiny little thread. I'm gonna weave that on my needle, and what I'm gonna do is bring it around, going through both of the granny stitches, and then I'm gonna tie it in a knot. So just through and through. Make sure I got plenty to pull through there. Hanging on to that little bitty tail I got. And now I'm going to go back through that strand. Almost there. Make sure that little strand doesn't come off. I'm going to pull it through there. And then loop it back. Well, I'm going to loop the needle first. Loop it back through there. You guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about right now. It's hard to see what I'm doing. I think I needed to put my headlamp back on. Pull it through, pull that tight, and that knotted it down. Alright, and then that can just get hid back in there. That ain't gonna hurt nothing. Alright. Is there anything else? So like right here is what I was talking about with the little tails. If I pull that, what I'm doing when I pull that is I'm looking what's moving. So when I pull it, the only thing that's actually moving is just the legs of the double crochets right there. So what that's telling me is that the tail, the end of the stitch, is underneath the double crochets. So what I mean is, if I pull these double crochets over, I got pin on me. I was right. See the slip stitch right there? So that is actually all the tail I got. So what I'm gonna do is what I just did. I'm gonna take my needle and I'm gonna go ahead and run it through here. And then stop and take this tail and I'm gonna thread it onto my needle. And pull it through, just like that. And then undo that a little bit. And then I'm just gonna snip it off a little. Just like that. So that tail is hidden in there better. Alright. Oh, I forgot the tail that I started with. So I'm just going to go through some strands. I'm going to reinforce this whole corner right here, because that is where it came undone. Alright, so I'm going to leave that little loop. I'm going to go through here and tie that tight. And now I'm going to hide it through some legs. Now that's not the normal process when you're tying, or, you know, weaving in your ends. But I want to double secure all of this so it doesn't happen again. I told Vanessa, I said, washing it, you know, isn't going to hurt it too bad. Although, you know, it did do this. However, drying it, that's what I'm glad you did not do. Alright, so we got that. Okay, so I'm automatically seeing right here. You see right there where it's split? It looks like this needed to stay right there, right to that. So, man, I don't think I have any navy yarn. It's almost like it's knotted, like it's felted. So, yeah, those are two ends that are just tied together that are coming untied. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually, I have a knot that I do. So I just pulled that apart. So I have a knot that I do that no matter how hard you pull, oops, I bumped that, I'm sorry. No matter how hard you pull it, all it does is get tighter and tighter. Let's bring it up, pull that tight, bring that around, drop, pull that, and then tug on that, and that's not going anywhere. So I'm just gonna go ahead and snip those ends. So, ugh. I'm gonna skip this for right now. I thought I had navy yarn, but I really don't see any. All right, I'm gonna come back to that. So I'm just gonna look. Here's another tail. I think that one's fine. Now this one, I think that one's fine too. What's this? All right, so that's a tail that looks like it came unweaved, and I think there's enough there that I can just go ahead and get that weaved back in. So again, I'm just gonna rip the tip, take the tip of my needle and just go straight through these stitches. I need something more than just space to weave this end in. Ooh, I think I can go back one more time. No. All right, take that out and go back again. There. Well, that won't come out. All right. I just saw something else. Uh-oh, I didn't even see that. There's another hole. Right here. Perfect, I can fix it. Look at all that yarn still there. So in instances like this where it's coming out right straight in the middle and it's not, you know, I don't have an end to work with, I will make an end. So I just pulled out the last slip stitch and there's my working loop. So I'm gonna get back on there. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. All right. So I'm just gonna pretend I have an end and goes, looks like she's still going both loops. Just slip stitch. This is a little harder to see. Let's see here. All right, now I'm back on track. so glad I looked through this. Now, with all the pilling on here, I thought about taking a razor, like, you know, the razor you shave your legs with, and just lightly running it, you know, like this across the stitch. And what that'll do is it'll get all of the little balls off of it. But I don't think I'm going to, because if I ruin this, I would be devastated. And to me, the little pills on there don't bother anything. Let's see, go here and here. I'm running out of yarn to work with. Here, come on now. So here, and right through there. Slip stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna chain, yeah, I'm gonna chain one, and now I got this big loop, so I pulled that real tight, and now I'm going to just weave in this loop, and I'm gonna knot it with one of the other strands. So I'm gonna keep it going this direction. I'm gonna go through the legs, pull through, come on, oops, but I want to leave a loop. Where did it go? Okay, there it is. I'm gonna leave a loop and take my needle. No, I don't want to do that. That's too far. I'll just finish weaving this in. And then bring it back just a tad bit. Just like that. There. Now I'm going to leave it there. I'm not even going to trim that, just leave it there. Good. That is fixed. Alright, so I'm going to give it one good look over. There's another tail. Looks like she knotted it off and it just came unweaved. So I'm going to weave that in. Get my hand in here. And then after I get this done, I will finish the rest of this off camera. So you guys don't have to watch me do this. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just going, oh, dang it, going right through the actual yarn and not the stitch, if that makes sense. Like I'm doing that because I need sturdy base to weave this through, and just going through the spaces is like, or going under the stitch is not going to work. I need it to be nice and thick. I can get that one more time. Just like that. That is not going to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and snip that. There. Alright, so I'm gonna off camera just give this one good quick go over again to make sure everything is good. And that part that I showed you guys, that I think that yarn was like felted, I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone as well, because I think what happened was the yarn like it's wool and it felted real tight, and it's like all knotted and weaved together, so there's no way you're gonna be able to get that, you know, undone. So I'm bringing you guys back up to me. Hi. Oh, too much. There we go. And there we go. So like I said off camera, I'm gonna give this one good go over to make sure there's no holes like dang it, like I found. And yeah, I'll call her and say I got it done. And I'm gonna, well, you would have already seen him, but I'm gonna have a bunch of pictures at the front, at the beginning of the video, and then a few at the end so you guys can see the whole thing, because this thing is cute. I love this. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys have any old Afghans that need fixed, maybe something that I did may help you, or you know, give you an idea of something else you could do. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Oh, check out that description box. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.